What are some of the steps you think about in terms of not just decoupling yourself from ops, because the chapters on delegation were quite good, but also decoupling yourself from growth, because it's never not your job to do sales, but also still like, I want to disappear for 2 weeks and more business came through.
It's really, really hard to get to the point where you can afford to invest in that growth, whether it be revenue operations and you got HubSpot and you got follow-up campaigns and you got people to do that work to get people in lead, nurturing funnels and have follow-up conversations and call them at a certain time and email them at a certain other time. Like building that whole machine is very expensive. So if you're a small business that is only making so much cash, it's really, really hard to say, oh, I'm going to go hire somebody in RevOps and implement HubSpot inside my company. That's really, really intimidating and hard. But to run a sales team at scale, you have to have 3 or 4 people in RevOps. At somewhere we have 3 people in RevOps. They are the busiest people at our business because they are fueling revenue with operations inside of HubSpot and with tech and with email and with SMS and with cold calls and with, our sales team. We have 8, 9 salespeople now, plus all of our account managers who are also involved in a lot of sales. So decoupling yourself, it takes that first hire that is expensive and uncomfortable, and then you get a little bit more momentum, a little bit more cash flow. Then you can make that next hire, and then wake up 2 years later and you got a whole revenue organization that operates without you.
Yeah, I think I've just been unsuccessful with it a number of times because of a lot of what you said on the infrastructure side. Like one, I think like the follow-up system, that's actually not as difficult, but like the proven process. Like I know the exact script. I get customers the exact same way every single time. Let me teach this other person how to do it when it's still kind of in that discovery mode of like, I'm still figuring it out. A lot of it's like luck, networking, serendipity, personal branding, but not just like send 1,000 people this message and these are just the stats for like how many of those will turn into customers. At
both Somewhere and Bolt Storage, if you have, we hire a lot of salespeople for companies at Somewhere, and we see the ones fail if it's their first salesperson and they don't know how to enable that salesperson to actually sell. Like unless you have the backend infrastructure so they can track their deals, they can see reminders, they can know what to do. Sales and growth is tough, but like if you're listening to this with nothing, with no business, just starting, or a very small company with a couple people, you have to understand that these large businesses, they have an advantage in almost every area. They have the sales team, they have the cash flow, they have the investment, they have the word of mouth, they have the branding, they have the marketing that works. The only advantage that you have is speed. You can operate faster, you can be scrappier, you can just be that salesperson that is better and scrappier and sharper than their salespeople to get enough deals and to feed your business. Start to hire. And I think sales is the last thing an owner should delegate. I still do sales. Somewhere is doing, have 160 employees and almost $2 million a month of revenue. I still sell big clients because it's very much worth my time to fuel the funnel. So delegating sales is really hard. You got to have that momentum, but it's really easy to hire an executive assistant to help you with some things, and then hire the back-end operations, and then hire the delivery stuff so that once the customers are in your ecosystem, it kind of happens.